Second welcome to the class of 1953. Welcome to this celebration of who we were and who we've become. And welcome also to wives, spouses, friends, designated drivers. You look terrific. You look genial. You look benign. You look like you've had some wine. When I came into the hall for our 50th reunion, I was just stunned. I didn't see any classmates there. The hall was full of our grandparents. They looked a little like us, but they were a lot older. We've gotten to an age where even if you're still a great fan of the late Jerry Garcia, you think twice before you go out wearing a t-shirt that says, "Grateful Dead." Our t-shirts should just be saying, "Grateful." Okay, Wilson opened in 1935, so it's about the same age we are. It's a good age. At age 78, Grandma Moses found that her fingers were too stiff to hold a needle, and she took up painting. Okay, I have some projects to recommend to you.
Uh-oh.
You've got a good long life expectancy ahead of you. You can buy green bananas. There's plenty of time. You may know the online encyclopedia Wikipedia. Wikipedia has an article on Woodrow Wilson High School, Washington, D.C. Okay, and right at the top of the front page, it invites readers to provide copy editing, proofreading, and to improve the documentation of that article. So any of you that happen to be a fan of Wilson High School and know something factual about it, there it is. A second project that is a brand new recreation, it hasn't been around very long, is to get your DNA analyzed. Really? You've lived long enough to see that, okay? Then you can find out who your ancestors really were, okay? And I was so pleased when I got mine analyzed. I'm less than 3% Neanderthal. Really. But the last project, which you must take up, you've got to stay fit. You've got to keep in good physical condition so you can stay one jump ahead of Obama's death panels.
Very good.
I don't know, I think I
I
like
heard
that.
there were some Republicans in the audience.
Two of us.
I want to tell you about a little book. It's by Malcolm Cowley entitled The View from 80. It's only 74 pages long, and it's about what it's like to be our age. Now, I know each of you thinks you're an expert on what it's like to be our age, but this brings together the points of view of a lot of different people. I find the book realistic and not a downer. It's really a very wonderful little book. It's out of print. It's available from online booksellers. The View from 80 by Malcolm Cowley. It's a great book. Okay, there's probably nothing I could tell you about our high school that you haven't already heard and that's true. Let's see, where were we? My teleprompter's down here. But some things bear repeating, and with the choir assembled, who could avoid preaching? Okay, we graduated in '53. Brown versus Board of Education came down in 1954. So now Wilson has an enrollment that's about half African American and about a quarter Caucasian. The other 25% are from Mars or whatever. Wilson continues to graduate people who go on to become notable. Among the notable black graduates of Wilson are a mayor of Washington, D.C., an elected mayor, Adrian Fenty, who became even more notable recently when he started dating Steve Jobs' widow. Another one is Derek McGinty, whom I used to like to listen to on NPR when I lived in Washington. Okay, times have changed for women. At Wilson, we had a teacher named Mrs. Murphy. Did any of you here?
I know Mrs.
Were
Murphy.
you in Latin?
No, she lived across the street from me. She taught Latin.
Mrs. Murphy was a great teacher and a wonderful woman. She had what is sometimes called a face for radio. And she was Mrs. Murphy. Mrs. Murphy had a doctorate. But she told us students, I was there, to call her Mrs. Murphy and not Dr. Murphy, because she considered getting her MRS a greater achievement than getting her PhD. Times have changed.
Wow.
Your granddaughters now have more opportunities, more choices open to them than women did when you were kids. Let's see. We were born lucky. Our parents weathered the Depression to end up in the comfortable, secure middle class. And they all settled together in a way that threw us together in a high school that had great traditions of learning and achievement. Now they say that by the time of high school, kids have more influence on each other than their parents and teachers do. And so, who were these people that were influencing us? Well, not surprisingly, we were like our parents. We were, hardworking, serious, dependable people. Now, memory is an artist, but my recollection of Wilson is that the people that we considered the bad boys and girls would probably get B's in conduct these days in high school. Okay? Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm not going to read the table of contents from our yearbook, but you might think I am. The wise people who organized our lives at Wilson offered us a variety of activities where we could work and play and grow together that is just staggering. And I, for the next couple of minutes, am going to read you a list of these. I was just astonished when I went back to our yearbook and read these. The Social Studies Club, the Buskin and Mass Club, what's a buskin? Girls Glee Club, the Cadet Corps, and Boys Varsity Athletics each had more than 100 kids taking part. The Junior Town Meeting League had almost 100. The girls softball tournament involved more than 200 girls. Girls intramurals, which were largely invisible to us guys, included 6 different sports and involved huge numbers of girls. The school supported a lot of our activities with faculty advisors and mentors. There were 4 different language clubs: the Beacon, the Newscasters, Orchestra, Band, Student Government, Chess Club, goodness, I can't read my own writing, Aviation Club, Fly Casting Club. Okay, for real. Well, you get the idea. The editors of the yearbook included, editors-in-chief included Carolyn Phillips.
All right.
Thanks for the memories, Carolyn. Other activities seem to exist on student initiative alone. John Ayler reported being in the Hillbilly Band. Any other Hillbilly Band people here? Okay. Marion Kilsheimer reported being in the Folk Dance Club. And fraternities and sororities existed totally apart from the school. And all those were working in the midst of an annual cycle of events that included the sports schedule, operetta, talent assembly, student elections, country fair, and dances. We were on fire in high school. We arrived at Wilson with great advantages, and we left Wilson with our advantages multiplied. How did the school have such an impact on us? Bert Sugar's theory was it was the delicious school lunches. The loyalty that Wilson has earned from classes across the ages is reflected in the existence of an alumni association, which puts out a lively quarterly newsletter. I hope you all know about that and are subscribers. It's very interesting. Now, the loyalty we have for Wilson gets renewed, and our affection gets renewed through the labors of our reunion committee, who keeps bringing us together, making it easy for us to get together and just be amazed at seeing each other. And this year, the reunion committee was led by Francis, who's done a wonderful job. Thank you. Okay, surprisingly, whenever we get together, we fulfill a prophecy. And the prophecy is in the motto of Wilson High School. Who knows it? Okay, what is it?
Oh, I don't know it. I know it's true. You're picking on me.
You raise your hand. It's a mistake to raise your hand. Now, most mottos, family mottos on coats of arms, mottos of organizations, are aspirational, inspirational, or self-congratulatory breastfeeding. Our motto of Wilson is not that at all. It's a low-key, and it turns out, wise motto. Translated from Latin, it is, in days to come, it will please us to remember these things.
Say it again.
To come, it will please us to remember these things.
Say louder.
Oh, haec meminisse olim iuabit.
Mrs. Murphy would be proud.
Okay, and your being here tonight confirms that. We're fulfilling that prophecy. That motto probably didn't mean anything to us as kids. It's pretty meaningful now. Okay, and so we welcome each other tonight.